So it's mad. And then they go and see the first team in the evening, and he said it was mental, Mum. It was mental.
Oh, brilliant!
I think when they scored, he got in the chair and went like that. He did the Jude Bellingham.
Tell us about your son for people who are watching this or listening to his podcast and don't know. Tell us about what position he plays, and tell us about the journey, because he just the other day signed his first professional contract for Arsenal, which is a journey. I know it, but it's a journey to get to that. So tell us a little bit about him, and then tell us a little bit about the journey.
Yeah. So it's Myles Lewis Skelly. So, wow, he's been at Arsenal from under nines. He's midfield, and
right or left foot?
Left foot. Needs to work on the right foot a bit more.
There he is. She's a punch as well.
I know nothing about football, by the way. It's all that I've learned. But you know what, Robbie? Oh my goodness, it's been an incredible journey supporting him, actually, and watching him develop and grow. But it's long, and it's been challenging at times. He's had injuries. There's a lot of commitment on both parts as a parent, and we'll talk more about our app. But I see the dedication and the commitment and the drive and the hunger and the love, and genuinely loves football. That's it, first and foremost.
And it's a lot of pressure, isn't it? Even at because what age is he now? 16?
He's 17.
17 now? It's a lot of pressure, isn't it? Because, the players, especially at Arsenal, right? There's an example of players, young players, and obviously we look to Saka right now, right? That's come through, made it into the first team, and everybody now just looks at other young players and thinking, is he the next Saka? Is he the next, you know what I mean? So there's that pressure to make it all the way through for a lot of these young players now as well, isn't there?
There's a lot of, there's a lot of pressure in the industry. I think when I think about Myles, and I've watched him grow, and Kat knows him really well, he's very measured. He's very, he spends a lot of time on his mind and getting his mind sort of settled and calm. So I don't see the pressure impact him, because he's learning to be able to sort of, not stabilize emotions, but cope with it. And I think he just, he focuses on what's happening today rather than, what's going to happen in a year's time. Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? He's just focusing on, and it's good. It's enjoyable to watch him. It's enjoyable to observe, and he does a lot of things beyond football to help with the journey, his mindset. He's very grateful for the opportunities, very focused. So it is pressure, but he doesn't seem to allow that to impact his
when did you first realise that he had the talent for football?
In all honesty, and I kid you not, it was, I never really saw it until probably 11 or 12. Although he was at Arsenal from a young age, I just saw it as a posh youth club. It was it's a bit of a, seriously, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay.
Get all the kit free.
Get the kit free. No, just, and he's enjoying it. But I do remember, me and his dad used to talk, because he used to play and he'd say sorry a lot of the time. He'd give the ball away and he'd say, oh sorry. So he was always very kind of polite on the field. So I was like, oh, that's not, he's just tame. He doesn't have that assertion and aggression. But obviously over time that came. But because we don't know anything about football, of course we do now because we've been following his journey, but we don't come from football backgrounds at all. So it wasn't something that we were looking for, or it was just, he's got a schedule, he's busy, he's active, and he's at a place called Arsenal.
You say you didn't have a football background, so what was it like? Did he say, I want to go and play football, or you just sort of put him into a youth team? Or
not at all. What happened was, literally, I think it was probably 2. He was always really active and on his feet very early. And I think a friend of mine, she'd bought him a soft football that you can kick around in the house. And that ball was at his feet all the time. So we, normal parent stuff, take him out into the garden, take him to the park, football, I've got sisters, so I didn't know anything about what to keep, a boy child active except the football. That's what you get told, right? So he'd go in the park and play around, and then again joined a little Sunday league, Hilly Fields, joined that. It's something to do, burn energy. His energy is like full of beans. You need to do something, right? And it just stayed in football. And then we moved to North London and joined a Sunday league team. And that's when Kat and I met. Our boys were sort of
And what was the
5
name of
and
that team?
6. That was TFA, right? Yeah,
Well,
TFA.
She makes me laugh because I remember they were about 5 years old and we went up to West Ham, and you could see this kid, like, he was just up and down. There was a buzz about him even at 5, obviously over your head. But I was like, oh my gosh. It was just, he's brilliant. The pace and the, the kind of confidence and just go, it was brilliant. It was lovely to watch.
But we honestly didn't. People would say, "Oh, he's good," but you're like, I mean, come on, he's 5 or he's 6 or he's 10.
She so wasn't doing it. I was more than she was.
None of that. Auntie Kat there was very happy.
And then, listen, to make it as a footballer, I know with a son who plays football as well. Lee's son used to play football as well, right? That there's a lot of stuff that the parents have to do.
I'm going to moderate. I've had to block a few, quite a lot. I don't know how long I can keep that up. I don't know how long I can.
What's this one here, Myles?
But listen,
she's just like, no.
Listen, I've had to block a few, but it's important to safeguard, and I think if you're upfront, and Mars has no problem with it at all, and we're very transparent with each other, and and it's very, honestly, it's very, very important. You do not know what goes on.
Yeah,
agents have approached well before the regulated time, well before.
Yeah, all the time.
And they have their little foot soldiers and other young people to do that. It happens.
Good luck for both of your sons. And hopefully your son can be like the new Saka. I've seen him described as all those sort of things. He's really, really doing well. He's very well spoken about at the moment.
Thank you.
And you get to hear it, don't you? As fans, we get to hear that. You know what I mean? Like through years ago, like when like Kevin was coming through at Arsenal, you'd hear about it before he even got there, and you're hearing about Myles, and you was hearing
a lot about Myles.
Yeah, very much so.
Hear from
Very
Ty.
much so.
Ty's always bigging up Myles, because Ty's at all of those games.
I get my little hug from Ty every time I see him.
He knows everybody. If one coming through, like, do you remember, when a player comes through, you any good? Like, oh yes.
He's watched him all the way through.
I watched him. And
I was over in Dubai the other day. So met Sam Greenwood. Used to be at Arsenal. He's now at Leeds now. He's actually in Middlesbrough now on loan. And he's going, I love Ty, Robbie, man.
Yeah,
love Ty. Because Ty used to go watch him.
Watch all the youth games.
He's very supportive, and it's great to have the support from obviously the fans and everything.
And it's growing, that youth. I don't know if you guys were. We went to the FA Cup final, didn't we, last year? With Arsenal got in. It was rocking the Emirates. Yeah, it was great.
There's a lot of support for the youngsters.
So they need that.
We've got well.
No, it's fantastic what you guys are doing. Absolutely fantastic, right?
Thanks.
Luton away, we're after Myles, yeah?